Check out this new redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot TrailSport. We're gonna be talking about the exterior, the interior, and some specs about this exact Honda Pilot. In this video, in this review, now let's go ahead and start it and show you guys that. Now, as mentioned, we're gonna be talking about this new redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot TrailSport, everybody. But before we do, here at Vagabond Builds, we like everybody to push two buttons, and that's the like button and the subscribe button. Now, we're not forcing you, but we truly appreciate your guys' support because this is not a sponsored video, so we're not trying to sell anybody anything, but just bringing the viewer the car. Now, guys, thanks so much again for supporting us, but if you got something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us so we can talk details later. A special shout out and a thanks to AutoNation Honda here at the Roseville Auto Mall in Roseville, California for providing us this beautiful Pilot for this review. Now stay tuned, we're gonna be talking about the MSRP price on this exact car. Now we don't know the dealer markup and all that good stuff, but as usual, we will be talking about the price and about the car itself. Now let's go ahead and talk Honda Pilot. Now let's talk some specs about this engine in the 2023 Honda Pilot TrailSport. We got the same exact kind of engine setup coming in and over from the old body style, the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated. Shout out to Honda for that, because we've been getting a lot of kickback because nobody's liking the new turbo systems that they're putting inside a lot of manufactured cars due to our fierce leaders and their econ-friendly laws, right? So pushing 285 horsepower, 267 foot-pounds of torque, up to 5,000 pounds of towing capacity, 10-speed automatic transmission. A little bit about the MPG is 18 city, 23 highway, and a 20 combined. Now, let's go ahead and shut this hood and talk about the front end. Of course, guys, so you got two models before this one, or two trim levels under this one, and two trim levels over this one. So I'm gonna just tell you from the bottom trim level goes Sport, EXL, TrailSport, Touring, and then Elite, okay? So this is pretty much the middle child of them all. Now, you are going to be seeing some minor differences between every trim. I just want you guys to pay attention. Now, the TrailSport is an off-road, more aggressive, kind of 4x4 mungle about, hey, take me off the road, right? Now, where do we see that is you got the camera system, the TrailSport camera system coming around the whole car with its little washer here, just in case you're getting it dirty, so you can spray that off, which is cool. TrailSport stamped. You will see a blacked out front end trim. Now, the grille itself is black gloss with the trim going over the headlights. The black gloss trim coming around the vent, air vent area. And then this is pretty much the same on the trim, different trims is that honeycomb grille on that bottom level of that bumper cover. Matte silver or matte gray, whatever you want to call it, on the lower side of this bumper cover. Now here's where we're going to see some differences from the old body style to the new, to where the fog light was a little bit higher with the bezel itself. They changed that up. They have air vent running air to that rim for, you know, the brake cooling system and that. Under that, you get the fog light, LED fog lighting system. Now, this is where I think this car just has more of kind of a European touch and feel, more exquisite, simplistic look, how they kind of squared everything off, but they simplified it. I felt like the older body style had a little bit more going on the front end. Now, you can disagree with me on that one. It all comes down to preference. I tell everybody that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Up top, you have a full LED lighting system. We left the hazards on so you guys get an idea of how the signal lighting works, and the black housing in the headlight. But overall, the shape itself is just a little bit more sleeker design on that headlight itself, okay? Let's go around the car. Now, don't forget to mention TrailSport does come with this kind of design stamped sticker on the front hood, all right? You will be seeing that different on different trim levels. Now, over to the side, everybody. For the height, the width, and the length, all right? The length is about 200 inches. That's 3 extra inches over the old body style. The width of the car is about 79 inches, and the height of the car is about 72 inches. Something that you get different on the TrailSport is a 1-inch extra lift system on the suspension, giving you more ground clearance for that off-roading experience. Under that, you get the one color gunmetal gray 18-inch rim. They're running Continentals, terrain contacts, yeah, all terrain. So it goes 265, 60, 18 tires that they're running on this exact TrailSport itself. Above that tire itself, you get that increased wheel well trim that you will see different on trims. Now I'm going to keep mentioning that. You get that increased width in that wheel well trim, or height, I would say, giving it a more bulkier look for the off-road experience. Side mirror, black, bringing that front grille over to the side, bringing that together. That Honda did that. Something that's slightly different from the old body style is that shortened integrated lighting system in the side mirror with your camera right under that side mirror. Blind spot assist, all right? Wheelbase from this tire over to this tire is about 113 inches. The ground clearance is 8.3 inches. Remember, that's 1 extra inch over the regular trims like the EXL trim or the Sport. The regular trims are, I said 8.3 on the TrailSport, is going to be 7.3 on the regular trims. Keyless fob entry with that black gloss, different color door handle. Coming over to the side itself, you get the roof rail, all right? And we're gonna be showing you that panoramic glass on the TrailSport that comes over to the second row. And new redesigned rear end, everybody, from the tail lights to that lower bumper cover, the tow hitch. Remember, I mentioned up to 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. You will see differences in the rear end on the TrailSport because of the black gloss trim. The lighting itself comes LED with the halogen signal lights, integrated brake light into the spoiler, privacy glass. On the lower side of the bumper cover, you get your bumper sensors and that rear diffuser in that matte silver look. That goes over from the front to the sides over to the back. And shout out to Honda for bringing this and just giving it more of a wholesome feel on this Pilot. Camera is right under the eye in the Pilot. What do we see that's main differences of the old body style are the taillights. Okay, the taillights are a little bit more bubble effect. And what do I mean by that is they come in more rounded off to where the old body style, as soon as the headlight touched the tailgate, it would squish and then kind of finish off, all right? We didn't see on the old body style this trim going across with the Pilot stamped here, so it was just a more plain and simple look on the tailgate, all right? So if we have the same exact area for the lifting the automatic tailgate. Let's go ahead and press that. Now on the space inside the back or the trunk area of your Pilot, it's about, I believe, 18 cubic feet. Now let me go ahead and make sure and give you guys some exact numbers on that. So yes, it's about 18.6 cubic feet. Now if I were to drop all 3 levels of seats, or sorry, all 2 levels, you get a full about 86 cubic feet of space if I was to drop that second row seating also. So if you want to fit like dishwashers, dryers, kids' bikes, skis, snowboards, whatever you want, and you want to hit the mountain, you can, all right? On the back of these seats, you have the possibility of getting the TrailSport WeatherTech mats, so you're not worrying about all that good stuff coming in like dirt and snow and all that. If I go ahead and lift this, get more personal pocket room. Now this will range because if you go to the EXL trim, you get a deeper cubby room, making it a bi-level cubby room, to where this is just a 1-level cubby room. Personal cubby room here on the left-hand side, 12-volt, 180-watt max outlet, some tie downs for some groceries and all that. So pretty simple, straight to the point. We go ahead and press that button down and you get that very convenient open and close tailgate with the all-wheel drive standard in the TrailSport and TrailSport stamp on the passenger side. Now that we're done talking about the specs and the exterior of this car and some slight interior backside, let's go ahead and talk first, second, and third row seating. Now on the front side of the 2023 Honda Pilot TrailSport, the interior, things I can right off the bat just tell you it's different. You're gonna be seeing that synthetic leather with the orange stitching and TrailSport emblem or embroidered into the headrest. Coming down over to the mats, they got TrailSport mats on this TrailSport. And then you got the TrailSport camera system. So if I go ahead and start this car, show you guys. Press that camera system and you get the camera 360 with different views and angles. So when you're off-roading, you're not smacking your car. Let's go ahead and push that down. You have a heated windshield on this TrailSport, and that button is right here to the left of that manual steering column, okay? Now, bringing you the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot look, something that you guys will see that Honda didn't put coming in from their other line, meaning like the Civic, the Accord, the HRV, and the CRV, is that mesh grille going across that dashboard. They didn't put that in their Pilots. That's something to take into consideration, keep an eye out for. But overall, the 9-inch infotainment screen pops up from the old one, kind of integrated with the dashboard, to where this is more kind of a squared off look, all right? So go ahead and press that home or turn that off, okay? And I want to show you guys the touch screen. It is very responsive, no lagging, all right? You get Bluetooth audio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You could go home from manual and control your audio with manually too. Right under that infotainment screen, hazard lights, dual climate control with your heated seat buttons here on the right and left of the top of that climate control, to where the old ones were kind of dropped down here on that, right under that climate control unit. You can control the rear climate. Being a tri-zone climate controlled car, you can control it or lock it. Under that, you got your USB-C, USB-A, and a 12-volt 180-watt outlet. Cubby room, wireless charging pad with some more space on the right. Cup holders, shout out to Honda for their big cup holders. Liking their cup holders because they are big. A lot of manufacturers will like simplify and give you mini little cup holders so you can't fit like your big old AM PM cups or whatever. But piano black trim going across the front side of this car. Toggle switch, kind of similar to the old one. Drive modes. You get 2 extra drive modes inside this car. So you get Sport, Normal, Econ, Snow, and then you get Trail and Sand that are literally TrailSport standard, the Trail and the Sand, and then you go to Tow. So all together, you get a 7 option drive mode inside this TrailSport. Hill decline assist button, your engine on and off button, parking, very convenient because you literally just rest your arm on the center console and just drop that parking button so you're not over here fishing to the left for your parking button. The center console is completely different. What they did is they increased the height on the center console. They added a lid and gave you some more cubby room. Simplified cubby room. Your plugins on the old body style used to be here, to where they brought the plugins over here to the front. Shout out to Honda. I am liking this new center console, giving a more bulky and rich feel. In front of you, the leather wrap steering with the orange stitching. Heated steering, that's TrailSport right there with that heated steering button. That piano black gloss trim controls for that front cluster. The control units for your windshield wipers and your lighting system as standard to your right and left, paddle shifters. And that cluster itself on the left-hand side is digital. You can control that with your controls on the steering wheel. Range and fuel, speed and time, audio, navigation. Let's go ahead and click navigation. You get your compass. Let's go back home. Driver attention, all-wheel drive torque distribution. So if you're going off-road and you want to see what your car is doing, you can see the distribution of your torque and all that. And for the sake and time of this video, we're not going to go through every setting, but if you shoot out over to AutoNation Honda here at the Roseville Auto Mall, they got great guys that'll spend time with you. The door panels. Door panels, you get the orange stitching, leather wrapped. The window unit, but something that's slightly different from the old body style to the new is where they place the controls for the side mirrors, and that's together with the windows on the 2023s, but on the 2022s and older, they put it up here so you can control your side mirrors from the dashboard. Now, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. The 2 memory seating for your driver's seat, and the driver's seat is a 10-way power adjustable driver's seat for anybody who would like to know. Also, with the passenger, you also have automatic controls on your driver's seat. Something that you will also be seeing in different trims is this beautiful panoramic tinted glass that goes over to the second row seating, tilt and slide option. But we're gonna go ahead and open that and show you guys the exact size, and it is very nice and wide, big, getting that nice premium airflow with that. The lighting itself is that true light LED lighting inside the car, so you don't have that old like soft yellow light. So when you're fishing around for stuff, it's a little bit more brighter. Let's go ahead and close that, and we can go ahead and shut that visor automatically in the TrailSport. Now we're not gonna do it all the way because we need the light for this video that we're doing in the second row. That leads us to wrapping it up in the first 2 seats up front. Let's go ahead and talk second and third row. Now second row seating. Right off the bat, I want to mention to you guys, they got the same look coming in over from the front to the second row and over to the third row. And I like that Honda did that. Why? Because we do see manufacturers, once you get to the third row, they simplify the look on the seats or the bench in the third row, but not with Honda, okay? They kept that same kind of rich feel coming in over from the front to the second row and all the way over to the third row. So everybody's getting that full luxury experience, or that it's not full like luxury like Mercedes or Lexus, but you get the point. Now, to control these seats, you have a lever on the right and left to control the backrest, and then you have a bunny hop button that bunny hops this seat forward on the right and the left, and for the third row seat here near your shoulders. Now let's go ahead and show you guys how that bunny hop forward. Very nice, simple, and convenient for the people in the third row to get back out and inside the car. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches, and let's do a leg clearance test, and that is more than enough with your head clearance, more than enough clearance there. So even if you got taller people sitting in the front, I'm sure it'll range, but overall the leg clearance is there with your head clearance. So long road trip car, check. Now you can increase the angle, making it more obtuse on that lower back side. I mean that lower, I would say part of your lower back. What I meant to say is you're kind of supporting that lower back. But drop that angle and you get more head clearance and just a more comfortable feel on this Honda Pilot. The door panel, sun visor. All right, if that sun is bothering you in this TrailSport, same look coming over from the front to the back with your cup holders, personal pocket room, and your control for your window. In front of us, pockets on both seats with an extra little pocket for like your personal belongings or your cell phone, of course, because we have made our cell phones our idols. Lord, forgive us. In between those seats, tri-zone climate control, an inverter if you want to bring like a curling iron or a hair straightener or an air fryer, or you want to hook up your washer and dryer to this. I have no idea why you would do that, but you have that option too. USB-A plugins there, and an aisleway that you also have the option, like I mentioned, to get that bench seat on the second row, making it an 8-seater instead of a 7-seater. Now let's go ahead and jump to the third row seats, and we're gonna bunny hop this seat forward from here. All right, and we're gonna pop these up and show you guys what it looks like. Now I back this seat up a little bit, hold on. And let's just bring this in a standard position. All right. And for a third row seating in this Honda Pilot, I'm just gonna let you guys know, shout out to Honda, because for a third row seat and being a tall guy, you would be touching these seats. Now, of course, you'd be putting your smaller like kiddos or people in the back and they wouldn't be as bothered, but honestly for this, you can change the angle of these seats too by these belts on the right and the left. Check this out. All right, and that makes it just a whole lot more comfortable, and the head clearance is there, because on a lot of manufacturers, my head will be touching the ceiling, not here on the Honda Pilot. And to the right and the left of you sitting in the third row seating, you get cup holders on both sides, your USB-A plugins, and some vents. For example, if you have your kiddos back here, people, and your animals maybe in some cages or something, you get some airflow coming in over to this third row seating, all right? Now, the MSRP price on this car itself is about $51,845. That'll range, of course, depending, you know, dealership and stuff like that, or options and what's added, but just give you guys kind of a ballpark price, okay? Any comments, questions, concerns, leave in the comments section below. We'll try to get back to you guys as best as possible. We appreciate you guys watching and supporting our channel here at Vagabond Builds. Thank you guys. Stay tuned. We have more cool things coming. God bless you.